Somehow Palpatine returned.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hello everyone. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this video is gonna be very different. It's not gonna be my positive self this time around, because Marvel has officially hit creative bankruptcy. So I just want to discuss what Marvel did at Comic-Con and why I am so upset and frustrated right now. But I do also want to tell you what I liked about Comic-Con, because right now, I have never seen Marvel make such a desperate attempt, and now my hype is at an all-time low. Okay, so before we get into the stuff that made me really upset, I want to talk about the good with Comic-Con. So we got some really cool news around Captain America Brave New World and Thunderbolts. Like for Brave New World, we found out that Adamantium would be introduced here. Very different than before, but I'm not surprised considering Marvel likes to do new things. We also got an exclusive trailer for audiences at Comic-Con with the description that sounds very interesting, to be honest. I'm actually a lot more excited for this than ever before, since I've seen The Bear. And knowing that the people who did that are now writing the script for this movie, and also the director of the movie and another writer did Beef, which I also heard it was great. So I'm definitely willing to check this out. They also talked about the Fantastic Four, and we got some interesting updates. For one, it's being described as a retro future of the 60s. I really like that since they originated in the 60s, so it's really cool to see them start there in the MCU. They also said that the Fantastic car would be like an old Cadillac that looks like it's from the Jetsons. I think that's awesome. The cars in the Jetsons look really cool, so I think that's a really cool take. But then they brought out the cast to join the director, and they revealed two big things. One of them I love, the other one I'm kind of like, huh? Starting off with the one they confirmed, they are bringing back Michael Giacchino, who will compose the movie. Now, I love this. He was my first choice to compose this movie, and now that it's official, I am so happy. He is just one of the best modern composers out there, and I just love that he gets to do this. He's gonna make an amazing score for this team. But then they also announced a title change, and the film will now be called The Fantastic Four: First Steps. And I gotta be honest, what an unnecessary change. You had a perfect title already. Why change it and put like a basic subtitle? I don't hate it or anything, but it just feels strange to me. But towards the end of the panel, they talked about the Avengers, and they confirmed that the Russo brothers will direct it. Personally, I would have preferred someone new, but it's a pretty good pick. I have loved all of their Marvel movies. Sure, their movies outside of Marvel are just mid, but I'm willing to let them cook. But then they quickly moved on to Avengers 5, and they confirmed the title of it will be Avengers Doomsday, which I think that is a great title and sounds badass. But then the world was in utter shock when they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Now, I want to say, before I get into this, I love Robert Downey Jr. as an actor. I loved him in Oppenheimer and many of his other roles, and him as Iron Man is arguably one of the best castings of all time. He is perfect as Iron Man, and no one will do it better. That being said, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys here. This is the most stupid and desperate move I have ever seen from Marvel. You guys know me. I want to be optimistic. I want to be positive about movies. But when Marvel makes an announcement like this, it really infuriates me and makes me just wonder, Marvel, what are you doing? For one, nothing has been built around Doctor Doom. They have been building Kang, so now what? They're just going to throw that all away? So they're basically course correcting like the DCU did. All of that build up towards Kang for nothing. Marvel has basically entered their DCU era like we are so doomed, figuratively and literally. Also, do you know how confusing this is going to be for casual audiences? Now, maybe this could work if we were talking like a smaller face, like Marvel has done this before. Like, I don't remember her name, but the actress from Captain Marvel also did played Cersei in Eternals. So, like, it works. They've done it before. But this is a former face of the MCU. And that is going to confuse a lot of the general audience. And I keep seeing people say it could be Tony Stark as a Doctor Doom variant. Nifty little theory there, but I'm going to be 100% honest, you guys. That would not sell enough. This is 100% Victor Von Doom. This just tells me everything I need to know about these Avengers movies. If you guys remember seeing my Avengers video where I said I was not excited, I went from having low expectations to having non-existent expectations. Let's also not forget that this film is supposed to have like, what, 60 characters? When there hasn't even been a team established? So, like, basically, we're just skipping the team build-up and just going right into Infinity War. Like, why? Marvel, why can't you just build up your team properly and make us care for the characters instead of us jumping into an ensemble mess? This entire situation just screams cash grab. I don't ever like using that term because that's every movie and show in general. The whole purpose of a movie or a show is to make money. But looking at this, I can't help but look at this and think to myself how much of a cash grab this is. This is just a desperate attempt by Marvel to get butts in seats because fans of Marvel and RDJ will see this movie. It just reeks of desperation all across the board. Like, I actually can't think of a single thing that I like about this casting. It's horrible. Like, honestly, this film is just going to be dead on arrival. I have absolutely no faith in it anymore. I'm definitely not excited. I can't pretend I will be. You can tell by this, like, massive disappointment I have. I will promise one thing, though. I will give it a chance like all movies. But right now, this just feels like one big joke. I don't find it funny, Marvel. This is kind of stupidity you would see Sony do, or the DCU do, or even Star Wars do. Not the MCU. Marvel has officially hit a new low, and I just can't. I give up. I was so hyped after Deadpool and Wolverine, and I have a video planned for you guys, and I will still be talking the same way. I have it scripted and everything, but now I'm back to where I started. I'm back to the point where I'm just low expectations for the MCU. I think, honestly, after this, I'll just check out Daredevil and Fantastic Four, and maybe Spider-Man, and maybe a few others, and then I'm just out. Who knows, maybe I'm overreacting, but I think this is just me checking out of this franchise at this point. It's just lost me. All this build up towards Kang, all of this build up towards this mess of a multiverse saga, for nothing. But that's just me, and that's all we really got at Comic-Con, but I need to hear from you guys. Are you as mad as me? Are you fine with it? Do you love it? Let me know what you think down below. But that's everything we got right now. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure to tune in for my Deadpool and Wolverine review when that releases. But as always, have a great day and take care.